against saxophone?
Name a single song that has been improved by the appearance of a saxophone. One.
Never Tear Us Apart, Is It a Crime, False God, I can keep going down the After a decade as unlikely best friends and travel buddies, free-spirited Poppy and routine-loving Alex wonder if they might be a perfect romantic match. What's up guys, welcome to the channel, I'm Nick, and today we're going to be reviewing Netflix's first major release of 2026, People We Meet on Vacation. Now this is an adaptation of the novel by Emily Henry, which I have never read, haven't even heard of until this movie came out, honestly. So I haven't read that, so I don't know how well of an adaptation this movie is of the book, but all I can tell you is that this movie is worth your time. So the story is told by going through past vacations between Poppy and Alex, intermixed with the present moment of them being at the wedding in Barcelona. And to be honest, I thought it was a little frustrating with how this was structured, where we're constantly going back to these previous vacations, which those are all fun scenes, and obviously we do have to go back to that, but I just don't think we were spending enough time in the present moment at the wedding in Barcelona where these two reunite. So I think we could have spent a little bit more time in the present moment to develop all of that. But as the movie kept going on, I started to get behind this whole flashback structure, and I was going, okay, as this whole story is just unraveling and we're starting to learn more about what went wrong for them to get to the place they are at in the wedding between these two characters, and I thought, okay, I'm liking where this is going. I don't think anything's feeling forced, and I'm kind of liking just the overall direction that this movie is taking. Now, Poppy and Alex are a very likable duo to lead this, because despite Poppy's flaws that she has to overcome throughout the rest of the story, her charm, her personality, all of this carries the movie to make this a very fun watch. And we have Alex, who is a contrast to Poppy, but it's not really the cliche opposites attract thing. There's a lot of parts of them that obviously work and are similar, but there's obvious differences, like Poppy being very free-spirited, traveling the entire world, where Alex is more, I like Linfield, Ohio, and I want to settle down. So they are able to do this in a non-cliche way, which I thought was a really nice thing they did there. And Emily Bader absolutely nailed it playing Poppy, and the chemistry with Tom Blythe is absolutely just fantastic. They were able to play it very well where it's obvious that there's a spark between them and there's just no avoiding that, but they were able to do a really nice fine line where it's not overly obvious that it's gonna happen, the friends to lovers pipeline. They have that nice, subtle difference to where, yes, you're watching it, you can tell that they are just friends, but you can tell there's a little more there at the same time. So I thought just the way they played it was very good and avoids those cliche, just over-the-top things that we all have seen in these Netflix rom-coms before. And I do think that the friends to lovers storyline, as with all of these tropes, it's either done really well or it's just a formulaic movie. Here, I thought they did it very well, and I think the reason they did this is that nothing in this movie feels forced at all. Yes, it does follow a similar formula that we've seen a bunch of times, but I don't think it's done generically. I think it's done with enough personality to the story, and nothing about this story, like, it doesn't feel like it's forcing these moments. It feels like everything happens naturally, where we let all of the story arcs happen, and then when we reach the ending, it's not just they fall in love and that fixes everything. They do something where it's not just the whole, I love you and now everything's perfect. They have to let the story fix the problems that have been set in place before we can reach the big moments at the end that we are all wanting as the movie goes. And I also want to mention that the visuals in this movie are amazing, and this film is just extremely colorful to watch. We've seen in the past couple years that movies have gotten very grayscale, and a lot of these direct-to-streaming rom-coms just don't look great. There's just doesn't look like a lot of effort, but this movie is just very great for the eyes. A lot of different colors. It's just a very nice looking movie. But we also have to talk about the audio, because they dropped August by Taylor Swift. Sorry to spoil for any Swifties who were watching this movie and didn't want that said, wanted a surprise, but yes, they play August by Taylor Swift, and that made me really happy. I love that song, and I thought it fit the scene really well. Now, before I get into my final thoughts, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below how excited you are to see this movie, if I should check out the book, and if you've already seen the movie and you're just looking at reviews to see if you align with those thoughts, then feel free to comment those thoughts on the movie down below, because I would love to see them. People We Meet on Vacation was a huge surprise from a January Netflix rom-com. With a likable couple to follow on the journey and a lot of great laughs, this is a sharp script with nothing feeling forced in the story. While I wish we spent more time in the present moment within the flashbacks, this is going to please many rom-com fans. So my final score for People We Meet on Vacation is going to be a 74%. If you're a huge fan of rom-coms and you like watching all of these movies, I would definitely check this one out. Your score is going to be higher than mine. And if you've read the book, I can't say for sure how good of an adaptation this was, but I really enjoyed it, and I'm sure you will too if you enjoyed reading it. And also Swifties, you'll enjoy it because August by Taylor Swift was dropped in the film. So thank you all for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. Go watch the movie because even if you don't like rom-coms, I'd still give it a shot. Just go watch it. It was pretty fun. And once again, thank you all for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more movie reviews, rankings, top 10s coming in the future. We are locking in to get 87 videos released in 2026 for Sidney Crosby and Travis Kelce's number. So hopefully we can reach that goal and reach 100 subscribers at year's end. So thank you all. Hopefully we can achieve that goal. Tune in soon for Oscar predictions and Best Picture power rankings. And with that, I'll see you later.